trying to get this shit right. Right. I know it take a little minute, but you gon' have your time.
Boom. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Don Talk Podcast. Appreciate you guys, For my returners, shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all pulling up every week or, whenever you're watching it. I appreciate it if you listened before. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to the Don family. I will kind of just give y'all a little bit, I'll give y'all a quick update. So my new job is going really well. I am definitely building my relationships with like my coworkers, but also, the kids I'm working with. So that feels good because at times, it is stressful. It's a lot of work. It's special ed. So there's a lot that goes into it. A lot of energy is required. A lot of patience is required. And that's really what I'm learning, just to be patient and stuff. I'm already pretty patient, but I'm learning to be more patient and stuff. I also am going to pat myself on the back because I normally don't have, it's not really confrontational, but like when there's hard conversations and stuff, I will tend to shy away from it because I can look at it from a lens of it's not that important anyways, so there's no need to bring it up. But I had not a super tough conversation, but it was a more difficult conversation than I'm used to. So, just being able to be open with that was freeing, I guess, and it felt good. So I will say that, that does feel good. And if you're having a hard time opening up, talking to someone about what's going on, baby steps. But if it's like, if there's something that you need to do in terms of like having a conversation, put yourself in that uncomfortable situation to do it. Highly recommended. But yeah, so that's an update with me. And something I kind of want to explain a little bit before we get into it. I feel like over these past few episodes and stuff, like even with last season, like I want to be more open and transparent, and that's what I feel like I've been doing. And I've been open and talking about, my experiences and kind of putting everything out there. That's really what excuse me. That's really what I'm doing. Like, just kind of putting my life, recording it essentially, talking about the things I go through, and that's how, these episodes come about, essentially. But yeah, so I would like to consider everyone who listens, like a part of my like family. Is probably through social media, but it's still like, it means a lot that you guys kind of listen and check in and stuff. But I will say, this episode, I want to kind of focus more on just having this be a check-in, right? So, if there's something that you have going on with inside you or whatever, I want to offer myself to say, hey, like you can reach out to me. I feel like I'm pretty good in terms of talking, and I think I offer okay advice. But I know that life is hard, and a lot of people go through a whole bunch. It's not easy. Life is not easy, right? And especially with social media now, trying to or feeling like you have to keep up, or you might just be grinding your life away. Essentially, you need those breaks. So this is a homie check-in. How y'all doing? What's going on? If I can offer any advice, please let me know. I want to be open with you guys, and I want people to be able to reach out, to feel like they can reach out to me to talk about whatever is going on. Because again, I know life is hard. It's not easy. But Sorry, it's not easy, but we're all here we're just trying to make it. That's it. So, I do want to offer or open up that space for people. So I have a list of questions, just kind of either run through them or, just take some time to like, after every question, pause it and like really reflect on how you're doing, write it down, say it out loud, make a voice note, whatever you want to do, right? Record a video, or, if you respond to me, that's fine. Just find some way to answer at least one of the questions, right? So, my first one, how are you doing today? And not some, oh yeah, I'm good. How are you doing? Like, how are you really doing? Do you feel burnt out? Do you feel like your job is stressing you out? Do you feel like your friends or your partner is kind of like they're getting under your skin a little bit or something like, like real conversations? How is everything going? How is life treating you? Because I know for some people, it might be good. It might be fine. They might be in one of the best periods of their life at this moment, which is great. I love that for them. But for those people who are, they might be struggling a little bit. They might be in a rough patch, which is essentially, a rough patch is kind of like that's where everything is piling on you, and that's getting ready to elevate you to the next part of your chapter, the next part of your life. So that's how I like to look at it. When things are getting hard or things are getting difficult, that's when you're about to have your breakthrough, right? I was at my last job stressing, and I was worrying and just kind of taking all those punches on the chin, man. And then, the car accident and all that, like literally when all that stuff was piling up, in the moment I was like, damn, everything is prospering against me and I don't like this. But the good way to look at it was, no, I'm being prepared for the next level. I have a new car, a new job. I feel completely comfortable here, like where I'm at, right? Especially with the podcast, like I'm a lot more consistent. So, this feels good. I enjoy this, right? So that's what I want to continue to do. So that's one way to look at it, right? Another question I have is, what emotion are you feeling most today? Like, be honest. If you're feeling angry, if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling happy, just be real with yourself. Like, don't just answer the question to answer it, or tell people what you think they want to hear. Be honest with yourself. Have that conversation. Why am I feeling like this? Make a like a word tree and say like, oh, like I'm feeling this emotion. What are all the things that contribute to that emotion? You know what I'm saying? So make that word web of, why you might be feeling a certain kind of way. Good or bad. Whether it's good, why are you feeling good? What has been contributing to that? I know for me, I got paid for my first job last week. Or I got my first check from the new job last week, and I was like, I need that. I need more of that. Like, it's not about the money, but it's just like, okay, like I don't have to stress or worry about if I can afford things. Like I am not that guy. I hate being that kind of person. When I go out with my people, I like to take care of them. Chances are, like, if I got a couple drinks in me, I'm putting my card down, right? But not because it's like I got money, let me flex it. It's like, no, I really rock with y'all. That's why I'm doing this, because I care about y'all. I wouldn't do it if I didn't care about y'all. I would not do it. That's how it goes. But when I really enjoy people's company, I'm willing, like I invest in them. That's what I do with people. All of my people, like if they have some sort of business or whatever, like I do my best to promote it, to talk about it, to shout them out, support it in any way I can. That's what I like doing. That's who I am. But, you know, what are the emotions that you have felt today? It can be a bunch because, we go through a lot of emotions in a day. We can go through a lot of emotions in a day. I'll tell y'all right now, I felt content and I felt tired and a little bit mad, right? So content because, I have a new job. It feels good to, have like stability, knowing that I'm working not just for a paycheck, but I'm working with the knowledge that what I'm doing is making a difference. Like I'm helping my kiddos, even though it might not feel like it all the time. I'm still helping them. I show up for them every day. That's making a difference. So that's why I felt content with tired. That was also my fault. I just went to sleep late. I try to go to bed at 9 instead of 10 because that's a whole hour I'm missing out on. So, I'm working on perfecting my schedule. So it's still pretty new. This is my third full week right now. So yeah, I, whew, yeah, man. I'm just trying to work on my schedule, get my sleep right. And mad because one of my kids, he is a runner. So he means well, but it's just in that moment where he starts to run, it's like, and I can't chase after him because that's what he wants. But I still have to, take my time to say, all right, like we got to set up something. And, one of my coworkers she was great. She was like, oh, like, do you need help? I was like, I told her I got it, but I'm glad she offered that help because I was like, I don't got it. Like I need, I was like, no, if you could stay up here and like, I'll try to push him up to you. So that helped, but yeah, that's why I was mad. Not like mad, like, oh my God, I can't work with it, but it's just like, it's happening again. But he was also out yesterday, so, yeah. But yeah, I will say you know, that's a big part of my job now, just kind of chasing him if he runs. So, yeah. My next question, what is the best part of this week for you? I will say the week has just started. It's Tuesday right now. When you guys hear this, it'll be Friday. So I want to say the best part of my week is knowing that I have Friday off. So that's good because normally March doesn't have like any vacations or anything like in school systems, but it's Good Friday and we have that off. And I'm like, I like that because that'll be my first break. It'll be a long weekend, which is great. I need that. So yeah, I don't know. It's good. I think that'll probably be the best part of my week, just kind of being able to relax and sleep in on Friday, turn my alarm off. I feel like I haven't been able to turn off my alarm during the week in a while. So yeah, that'll feel good. And yeah, I think that'll be the best part of my week by the time you guys hear this. So I have one other question. What is the hardest part of this week? Right? So what is like really what was difficult for you? Take that time and, you know, reflect on the things. Why are you choosing this thing? What made it difficult? Again, it's Tuesday, so by the time you guys hear this, I'm sure I'll have some sort of story between now and Thursday, right? Or well, now and Friday. But I think I don't really have like hard parts of the week. It's just getting through school. Well, honestly, like the hardest part of my weeks or my days is just the traffic getting home because so I think yesterday I left at like 2:45 and today I left at 2:50, and that 5 minute difference or 5 minute gap made a big difference. Like when I left yesterday, I think when I hit traffic, I was a good part into the tunnel already. But excuse me, today I hit traffic as soon as I got to the tunnel, and I was like, dang, like that really like the time I leave really makes a difference. And it stinks because on Wednesdays, well, it doesn't stink, but it does stink. I will say that on Wednesdays we have professional development. So the kids get out early around like 1:30-ish, 1:30 or so. And it would be great if the staff could leave, but we have professional development. So we might have a meeting, we might have a training or something, there's something for us to do during that time. So, and that goes from 1:30 until 3. So, excuse me. So that's kind of a lot, right? To be somewhere for an extra hour and a half after the kid. Like, if we could leave at like right after the kids left, oh my gosh, I would love Wednesdays. But it's professional development, so we actually have to do work and stuff, which I get. But it's just like, yeah. Ugh. And I was like, I think I got something today. It was like, oh, like, are you gonna meet us here? Like, I guess they're trying to get all the special ed teachers from all the teachers from my department together to go like out and stuff for drinks. And I'm like, I want to go, but the way traffic is set up, like, if I leave Arlington at 5, I'm not getting home until like 7, and I really don't want that. So it would have to be on a Friday, and I would have to be there for 3 hours minimum. Like, I would have to be there for quite some time in order for me to feel comfortable enough, because I don't want to drive in traffic. I hate traffic. So yeah, and 5 is like prime rush hour time. So it would literally have to be like 6 or 7. So we would have to be there 4 hours. Like, and I don't know if I'm comfortable enough to be around them for hours. But then again, it's like, I don't know them, so I can actually get to know them, which would be cool. Right. So yeah, I mean, I think that is all I wanted to ask, right? Like, just kind of present those questions to you, right? And also remind you, to give yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. I've said this before, and I keep saying it. We're humans. We're not machines. We need breaks. We have to rest. If you don't take that rest, your body will do it for you. That's what I've learned. So, and I also want to remind you, you're doing great. Like, really, you're doing great. It doesn't matter what anyone else says, anyone else thinks. You're doing great. And I know that's the reminder you need, because I know sometimes I need it. And it's helpful when I hear that, because it's that, damn, like I did need that. So, yeah. You're doing great. You are loved. You are cared for. You are awesome. You are bound for greatness. So, please take it easy on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, and just take it slow. There's no need to rush. But that is all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you subscribe, like, tell a friend to tell a friend, right? And honestly, yeah, like really reflect on those questions, whether you write it down in the journal, whatever you do, right? But answer those questions, or at least one of them. Just take the time. If you don't say it to me, make sure you say it to yourself, so that when you're kind of putting it out there in the universe. But yes. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Don Talk Podcast. You are appreciated as always. And Y'all know what time it is. It's dawn season. Let's get it.
I know you wanna spend some time with me. I know you wanna take this ride with me. Please, please. I know you wanna spend some time with me.